You're walking through tall grass, 100,000 years ago. The sun is dropping fast. You hear something move behind you. You turn around slowly. Two yellow eyes, reflecting the last dying light. A cave lion, twice the size of anything alive today. 700 pounds of muscle, bone, and instinct. And it is not curious about you. It is deciding. You have no weapon, no fire. Your nails are useless. Your teeth are flat. You cannot outrun it. You cannot climb fast enough. You cannot fight it. And somewhere deep in your nervous system, right now, today, sitting wherever you are, that exact calculation is still running. The threat assessment, the freeze response, the cold drop in your stomach that you call anxiety. That is not weakness. That is the system your ancestors built to survive this moment. The question isn't just how they survived. The question is what that survival did to your brain and why you're still paying for it. First, understand what we were up against. In 1924, Raymond Dart found a child's skull in South Africa. 3 years old. 2 holes punctured through the eye sockets, perfectly spaced to match the canine teeth of a leopard. This child was not killed accidentally. It was prey, targeted, selected. For millions of years, that was us. The Smilodon, saber-toothed cat, 11-inch canines, 600 pounds. It didn't chase. It waited, motionless in tall grass near water sources, then exploded at 30 mph. One bite to the throat, and the calculation ended. The short-faced bear, 12 feet tall standing, 2,000 pounds. A hypercarnivore. It ate only meat. And unlike modern bears, it could run 40 mph for distance. If it saw you, you were already in its calculation. Cave hyenas hunted in packs of 20, at night, when we could barely see, with a bite force of 1 to 100 pounds per square inch. They didn't just kill, they crushed bone to extract what was inside. Everywhere humans went, something had already evolved specifically to consume us. And here's what makes this psychologically interesting. We had nothing. No venom, no claws, no armor, no speed. A chimpanzee, our closest relative, is 3 times stronger than an adult human. Chimps have fangs. Chimps get killed by leopards regularly. We were weaker than chimps. We should have been gone in 100,000 years. Every predator I just described is extinct. We are not. The first thing that saved us was fire, but not for the reason you think. Yes, fire kept predators back. A 30-foot radius of light that hardwired predators would not enter. But the darker truth about fire is what it did to our minds. Fire gave us time. Before fire, when the sun set, you stopped moving. You found shelter. You stayed completely still and waited. For hours, in the dark, with things circling outside. That waiting rewired something. The hypervigilance, the inability to fully relax even when safe, the sense that something is always out there. Psychologists call it hyperarousal. It is the signature symptom of PTSD. Ancient humans didn't develop it from trauma. They were born with it. It was the baseline. Because the ones who relaxed fully at night got eaten. The ones who stayed slightly on edge, slightly alert, slightly unable to completely rest, they survived. You inherited that setting. The second mechanism was endurance, but not physical. Psychological endurance. Persistence hunting works like this. You don't sprint after an animal. You follow it. For hours. You track it at a jog, just fast enough to keep it moving. The animal runs, stops, overheats. It cannot sweat while moving. It collapses from heat exhaustion. And you walk up and finish it. What this required was not speed or strength. It required the ability to maintain a goal across hours of discomfort, uncertainty, and apparent failure. To keep moving when the prey was out of sight. To not give up when nothing was working. Psychologists today call this trait persistence, or grit, or delayed gratification. It is highly correlated with life outcomes, and it was selected for because the humans who gave up the chase starved. The third mechanism was the darkest one. In 2001, archaeologists found a skeleton in Dmanisi, Georgia, 1.8 million years old, an early human ancestor who had lost all their teeth years before they died. No teeth, no ability to chew raw meat, no ability to process food without help. This individual survived for years after becoming completely dependent. Someone fed them, chewed food for them, kept them alive when they could no longer contribute to the group's survival. Here's what that tells you: the psychological capacity for loyalty, for maintaining bonds even when they are costly, even when they offer no immediate return. That was not a luxury. It was a survival mechanism. Groups that abandoned their weak were smaller, less experienced, less effective. Groups that carried their damaged members retained knowledge, retained skill, retained the accumulated learning of decades. Compassion was not moral, it was strategic, and the groups that practiced it survived the ones that didn't. Around 50,000 years ago, humans migrated out of Africa into Europe, Asia, Australia, the Americas, and everywhere we arrived, the megafauna started vanishing. Saber-tooths extinct 10,000 years ago, cave lions 14,000 years ago, short-faced bears 11,000 years ago, woolly mammoths, giant sloths, terror birds, all gone. The pattern is undeniable. Every continent we reached, the large predators disappeared within a few thousand years of our arrival. We didn't just survive them, we systematically eliminated them. Here is the psychological consequence of that. For 2 million years, your ancestors' nervous systems were calibrated to a world full of things that wanted to eat them. Every sensory system tuned to detect threat. Every social system built around collective defense. Every emotional system wired for rapid response to danger. And then, in evolutionary terms, almost overnight, the predators were gone. The calibration remained. The threat disappeared. Your anxiety, your hypervigilance, your social anxiety, your inability to fully relax, these are not disorders. They are a nervous system still running the ancient software, still scanning for cave lions that no longer exist, still treating social rejection as a death sentence because for most of human history, being cast out of the group was one. The predators are gone. The system they built in you is not. Evolution gave every predator one advantage: speed, strength, venom, camouflage. Evolution gave humans one thing instead: the capacity to suffer usefully. Every weakness forced an adaptation. Every threat built a system. Every loss that didn't kill the group made it more dangerous. The anxiety you feel is the inheritance of every ancestor who stayed alert when others slept. The social sensitivity you feel is the inheritance of every ancestor who maintained bonds when others abandoned them. The darkness you sometimes feel when nothing is wrong, that low-level, sourceless dread, that is a nervous system built for a world that no longer exists, running at full capacity in a world that has forgotten it needs it. You are not broken. You are the product of 2 million years of things trying to end you and failing. But surviving predators was only one pressure your ancestors were under. There was another, one that came not from outside the group, but from within it. What ancient humans did to each other, to their own kind, turned out to be far more psychologically complex and far more consequential for what you are today than anything the predators ever did. That's the next thread.